Good evening, everyone. We got ourselves Luxorian Sun facing off against Chicken Nuggets this evening, and we should be getting started very shortly here. We're just waiting for one more member of Lux to join the lobby, and we'll be good to go. We'll be kicking things off on a Tomb of the Spider Queen shortly, and we'll also be following that up with Infernal Shrines. Nothing too out of the ordinary in terms of map picks. But it should be a good time. Both teams are pretty close to each other in terms of the standings overall. Also have tested out the hero share, where you could go and actually view the talents of players live instead of having to necessarily see them in game. I don't know how that'll work. We'll test that out shortly. I think the hero share bot is still in here. Yep, hero share bot is still in here. We're just waiting for one player to get some water, and then we should be to go. Now, taking a look at some of the stats here for Luxorian, they are big proponents of Malthael, but they've had very little success with him so far this season. They've opted to play him 5 times. And they also have played a lot of Tomb of the Spider Queen with, for the stats that I have, no success so far. So either they really believe in their Tomb of the Spider Queen, or they're trying to practice Tomb of the Spider Queen because it is a map that they have had little success with so far. Now, if we go and take a look at Chicken Nuggets, they play a lot of Deckard Cain. That is their most highly prized hero, with a very high success rate of 60% as well. Now, that's something that Luxorian Sun should look to either deny or pick up. There's a bunch of other picks they play. Tomb of the Spider Queen, for instance, Chicken Nuggets have 1-1, lost 1 here. They all play Junkrat, Jaina, Phoenix, Murden. They even play Zeratul and Maiev. Those are their top picks. So that's something that maybe we'll see Luxorian Sun take into account during the draft. Things like taking away the Junkrat for themselves, and or even potentially banning it outright. So we're going to jump on into the draft here, as it has kicked off already. Now, first ban of the evening is going to be the White Mane. And it's interesting because the stats on White Mane in HGC shows that she's not doing very well, but she's still actually highly prized overall. Now, one thing that Luxorian Sun should definitely consider is picking up the Jaina early. And that's because both them and Chicken Nuggets both actually utilize Jaina in their team comps. Now, she has some solid wave clear as well on Tomb of the Spider Queen. We're going to see the Maiev ban here. And in terms of actual picks for White Mane, we're not going to see very many for Luxorian Sun based on the stats that I have in front of me. In fact, they show 0 games with White Mane at this point. So either they have yet to have the opportunity to play her, or it's actually not a pick that they care about all that much. In terms of supports, they get real spicy. They've played Uther in 4 games, and their next highly prized support is going to be Stukov, which is not a very popular pick in comparison to Deckard Cain, which means that the ban that you see for Deckard Cain is a really, really solid ban. And by picking up Genji, they've denied a popular hero for Luxorian Sun. Additionally, it's not very common you see Genji making it through the draft simultaneously. So the Urel ban is pretty solid all around. They have played games with her on Luxorian Sun, but not nearly. They haven't actually showed any success with her. And we're going to see the Phoenix and Johanna. Both are also sort of on the high side for Luxorian Sun. Phoenix having had 3 games alongside of Johanna having had 3 games. But unfortunately, the stats that I have has showed they have yet to successfully win a series with either of those heroes. So we're going to get the Diablo and Blaze. I like this because one, it is a good counter for Purification Salvo. A Diablo is just a strong hero all around, especially because this is a tight map where you can get a lot of value in terms of I forgot to make myself a referee. All right, but it's a very tight map, easy globes to pick up. It's rather small, so the laning phase, Devil's Due gets a lot of value. And additionally, because it already denied Urel, they pick up the Blaze, which then forces arguably a less valuable solo laner. So like a Leo. Leo to me is not a very good choice except for when you hit 20 and you get buried alive. That's pretty much the only time Leoric feels very impactful. Now, Thrall is going to be taken out of the equation as well alongside a Stukov, which means we're going down to, the tier 2 sort of healers here. Alexstrasza is capable, but they're going to pick up Tyrande with her new rework. And Tyrande's rework is pretty solid all around. A lot of people are having success with her. And one of the easiest ways in general to try and counter that is usually with the AoE damage that Tyrande tends to struggle with. She does have the Shadow Stalk, but it's still not quite as potent for someone like Tyrande to deal with AoE damage. And depending on what we see from Genji, it's still possible we get a Dragon Blade, which will tear through, multiple people's health pools. So we're going to get the Rhaegar and the Jaina. Jaina, like I said, is a popular pick for chicken nuggets. So it's not surprising that we see this. I like the combo of Jaina and Genji. Jaina can throw down her damage, blow him up, and then Genji comes on and finishes him up with a Swift Strike and then gets the reset. So on the other side, we're going to have a good old Jimmy here. I'm going to fill him full of daylight. And finally, we're going to have Dahaka. Dahaka is an interesting choice because of how small the map is, but isolation is very valuable. And if you can actually get a 5-man contagion or take out Blaze before he can drop a bunker, you're going to have a much better time in your team fights, because if you can stop the bunker from coming through, you can turn the fight into your favor. As a lot of times teams struggle with dealing with a Blaze's bunker. They'll drop their damage, people jump in, and they won't be able to kill whoever they're trying to focus down. And they'll just pop on in, pop on out, rinse and repeat until they lose the team fight, the team who is facing the Blaze. So they have a lot of serious wave clear. They have Rhaegar, Jaina, and that gives a tank with a shield, electric shield, which means that, or lightning shield, which means that that's a lot of wave clear. On the other side, they're going to have Phoenix, they're going to have Jimmy, and they'll have Johanna. So equally good wave clear on both sides. Now, really, it's going to be how these team fights go. The Purification Salvo almost has to be used post bunker, but Blaze will probably not drop the bunker until after the Purification Salvo. So it becomes a waiting game. And the other side is that bunker is such a short cooldown that it's always a winning trade. All right, guys, we're going to hop on in. We're going to have Eton on the Genji, August on that Rhaegar, King on the Diablo, Drunken Dwarf on the Blaze, and finally, Houdini is going to be on the Jaina, and that is going to be chicken nuggets. What the hell was that? I have no clue what that sound was. On the other side, we have Bay State on the Johanna, Rain on the Rainer, Haze on the Tyrande, Electra on the Dahaka, and Swoop on the Phoenix. And that is going to be a Luxorian Sun. So that should be, I think, maybe that was my Hero Share bot live feed that people can check out. I believe Hero Share bot has some commands for you guys to check out if you want to see the in-game talents live as they're picked at any given time. We're going to see the Laws of Hope. We're going to get the Kaldori Resistance here, which makes a lot of sense against the combo of both Jaina and Genji. We're going to get the Ace in the Hole, the Arsenal Synergy, and finally the Tissue Regen. Very nice aggression on the side of Luxorian Sun, because King is playing that Diablo. Diablo is a wet paper bag that is very easy to deal with in the early game. The more pressure you can apply early game, the better off a Luxorian Sun is, as they want to really pressure Diablo out of getting the gems and getting... I have no clue what that is. Is someone on Discord trying to like message me or something? I am Monka S right now. Alright, but anyways, we also have the Fingers of Frost, Adrenaline Stim Pack, the Swiftest Wind, Electric Charge, and the Devil's Due. So Genji coming on down, Rain trying to deal some damage to Eton, but protected by the way. And in the meantime, the combo of Phoenix and Jaina are keeping up with the rotations. Both teams roughly even on the gem counts, but they're falling a little behind. Not very much, as you can see. There is no wave bot lane, no wave top lane, so they've essentially neutralized it on both sides. Rain going to be overpowered though, and they'll have to back out. Electra coming on and going to get Eton. There's a protected, and the Swift Strike will come out just in time to let him escape. So we're back to the 4-man rotation. Luxorian Sun looking pretty good overall. They do have a little bit of a lead here. And actually the Blizzard is not going to fully connect. But remember, Houdini does have a couple other abilities to use, such as the Cone of Cold. And in the meantime, in the bot lane, Electra does need to hit level 4 before Dahaka really has the sustain to deal with Blaze. Now, we're at 2 stacks of the Tissue Regen, not quite enough, and additionally level 4 will come out. We're going to get the Hero Stalker here, which is going to help him push in this lane and additionally have more essence to burn. In the mid lane, Bay State is going to step on forward, doesn't have the Iron Skin to be used quite yet, or doesn't need to use it quite yet, because no one's really there to dish out any damage. Houdini is going to sit there, just clear up this lane and call it a day. In the meantime, we got 3 members top. King going to keep an eye out. Nice stun. There is no Condemn to keep him from running away, and a little bit of an interruption on the rotation. One thing I would like to see is King just dropping the Fire Stomp right over here, so when they do rotate up, they're dismounted, slowing them a little bit more than just shadow charging in. Eton trying to trade with Bay State, but Bay State does have Laws of Hope, meaning that Eton will go back and tap. Both teams have roughly the same gems, but we have 20 already turned in for Luxorian Sun, which gives him a little bit of an edge. 18 have now been turned in as well. Swoop will back on out, and he'll be perfectly fine. There's a few more gems to be dropped. Bay State taking a lot of damage. The Iron Skin and not going to be needed there. A big stun coming out from Haze, and they're going to be forced on back. Eton going to be coming on in hot, but going to distract them for a little bit. King still far forward, and it should be okay. Ooh, that tap though. Devil's Due value, baby. King will be able to interrupt this, and in the meantime, in the bot lane, thanks to that level 4, now Electra is starting to win the trade against Blaze. And Luxorian Sun starting to edge up past their opponent in terms of their lane pressure here. They have the level 7 talent. Haze is actually going to come down here and just apply as much pressure as possible to Drunken Dwarf. So Luxorian Sun gets their first Web Weavers. We're going to get Conviction with the Blessed Momentum, True Shot Aura, which is quite good. We also get the Fight or Flight, Emergency Protocol with Combat Advantage, Feeding Frenzy, the Mark of Mending, and no choice yet for Rainer. Other side, we got the normal Q build from Jaina We got the meltdown, interesting, and the grill and kill. We also have strike at the heart and dodge. Not as common as a pick, I feel like, nowadays. Oh, and they bring Bay State on over. They're trying to dish out the damage, but Johanna, showing how tanky she is, will be able to back on out. But the beauty of this is that this Night Camp was picked up to help defend against the Web Weavers, which means that mid lane not taking too much damage overall. However, and the top is getting a lot of value. They take down one tower, second tower about to fall, and in the meantime, Luxorian Sun going to guarantee themselves all of the front wall going down. Soup trying to secure the well, and this means it's going to be a lot harder on the side of Chicken Nuggets to really be aggressive without their well. Because once the turn-in fights start happening and more frequently, they will have nowhere to go back to tap on the top side. On the bot lane, however, they will have somewhere to go to, which means that turning in top side will be infinitely easier for Luxorian Sun at this point in time. Etan coming on in, King with a very nice stun, but the port will connect, and Etan will actually take a load of damage there, having to get on out. In the meantime, Luxorian Sun looking rather healthy there. And so we did get unstable compound from good old Jimmy. King coming on in with the shadow charge, will be slowed down by Bay State, taking a bunch of damage, will be healed up perfectly fine though, and tens are around the corner for Luxorian Sun. This is the little window of opportunity that Chicken Nuggets have to try and actually prevent this turn-in. Etan coming in with a very nice swift strike onto Hayes. Drunken Dwarf coming on in hot with the jet propulsion, will not get it. Rain trying to peel for Hayes. The stun from the true shot aura, perfect, saving Hayes' bacon, and coming on. And there, a Drunken Dwarf will escape, but the pull on King will not be enough to secure any kills, but they'll fully disengage the situation. And, well, second Web Weavers will be coming on down here rather shortly. So tens are still not here. We have the Grill and Kill, Dodge, Cleanse, and Eternal Flames. Like I said, 14 out of the 20 needed to complete that, and we're almost done with the tissue regen, which is going to help quite a bit there for Electra to stay in these fights. Getting a lot of micro stuttering there. Soup going to trade out his shield for a little bit. Oh, need to watch out for King though, and Rain and Hazel will deter King from continuing to push on in here. Now top lane has opened up a lot. Jaina will melt the Web Weavers as best as she can, but this means that in the top lane they can be very aggressive, as it is 4 members here. King looking for the potential angle. Etan coming on in. Bay State trying to get him with the condemn. Not going to connect. And they'll keep on pushing in top. While bot lane, well, Electra can burrow on in at any time to help if the situation looks like it. King all the way in the back. Going to actually be interrupted. Hayes with a beautiful stun. Purification salvo coming on out. And without Blaze there, it connects. The Ancestral will come out. And they still lose the front wall. They pretty much give up front wall, a few heroics on their side, just the Ancestral to be fair, and a lot of heroics on the side of Luxorian Sun. Now, I think that's a decent trade. The cooldowns are pretty low, but they can actually force this fight on the side of Chicken Nuggets. If they can get a good situation, King looking for the overpower into the wall stun, an X strike, but Swoop will manage to get on out, trying to run from Etan, and the slow will not connect, and Etan has finished off a Swoop. However, Lightning Breath still coming out, the Ring of Frost connecting from Houdini, and there you see him. Now you don't. Luxorian Sun there for a brief moment, and now they are going on down. Perfect engagement from Chicken Nuggets. They saw their opportunity to get a kill without heroics available on the side of Bay State, or sorry, on Luxorian Sun, and they take it. Many teams would not have recognized that situation at all. They would have walked away, been like, we'll just like fight them some other time, you know. And this also gives them the web weavers, which is very, very nice. Swift strike on in. Electra has to burn that essence, and they are pushing on down. Haze in a very dangerous position, and Kingen in a worse one as some T-Tor action coming on. Purification salvo going to come out. Eton going to get super low, drops the protected, just manages to survive, but they trade out with 2 kills there and 100 souls from Diablo. That is a pretty nice trade here. So Chicken Nuggets not watching their positioning. King out in left field there, going on down, costing Chicken Nuggets their window of opportunity because everything is still standing here pretty much. We lose the front wall, we lose the gate, and we lose the front wall. Other side, well, they have no wall, they have a no wall, and they have no fort. Minus also the well over here. So Luxorian Sun a little bit ahead here. And they now have enough gems on both sides to turn in. Eton does hold a whole lot of them. And it'll be key to actually take him down, or there's the Blessed Shield into the stun from Haze, and the Ancestral will connect, but Drunken Dwarf getting low will drop the bunker, and they're all sitting pretty, and Base 8 has almost no mana. The wall bang, overpower back into the Blizzard. Hyperion's going to keep him from getting any further, and without the bunker, King will be going down as a wet paper bag. He only had 19 souls there, making it rather easy to take down Diablo. And with that, they also get a turn in, and it is going to be a bloodbath. Now, 15 is going to be hit here guaranteed. 16 is pretty close as well. Houdini will manage to escape a demise that would not have been in favor of Chicken Nuggets there. So they'll be able to push, get the the mid fort, and get the bottom fort, and that might actually get them to 16. And if they sit in this bush long enough, they might just get an opportunity to 416. And Base 8 coming on in with the Blessed Shield, the Starfall on top. Houdini has nowhere to go, but the Ring of Frost will connect with 2, but Chicken Nuggets are out. They are out of there like a 2-for-1 sale. And dollar Chicken Nuggets, 2-for-1, baby, they're sold out right now. 16 about to come. Swoop going to just pour it on out from that overpower. Eton going to come on in, get a little cheeky there, but not going to be able to get much else. But 16 versus 14, this is not a situation, especially without a primary damage dealer, that you really want to take, because Electra in the meantime still pushing. And look at this wave. This is a big old wave that's going to take down all those structures. Base 8 trying to interrupt and rather low on the mana nonetheless. The Blizzard will help clear this, which is a ton of clear that they really needed. However, towers are down, Web Weaver about to go, and we'll see if Luxorian Sun tries to stay and force this fight out. Hyperion will come on down. They're still pushing in, but they have no creep wave at the moment. So this means they're going to be getting, oh, a beautiful tongue from Electra, and the follow-up is on point. They take out Drunken Dwarf without him being able to drop the bunker. And now they push on in 5v4, looking for the first keep of the game. Swoop will take a little bit of damage there from the Blizzard, but it's not going to matter. That tongue was something. Absolutely perfect tongue from Electra. And in the meantime, Electra actually coming on in hot, preventing the turn-in of Eton. And, well, Chicken Nuggets looking for their second turn in, holding onto all the gems is Eton essentially, and well, they are super far pushed in at this point. They have no breathing room. Top pushed all the way in, mid pretty far pushed in. You cannot turn in for free. You will have to walk through these waves, show yourself, and Luxorian Sun can come and respond in kind. Now, they can come and do boss, but they're not doing boss. They're doing knights, baby, and they're getting the siege, which means that this boss is open season now for Luxorian Sun, as long as they force them to back on off with everything there. The isolation used very early. Drunken Dwarf with a very nice jet propulsion, but no follow-up. Drunken Dwarf getting low. The Ancestral will connect. Ring of Frost not going to hit anyone, but Rain getting low, managing to survive there. Eton coming on in, trying to get the kill. Will not, and the Starfall has fallen as well. The bunker has come on down, and Luxorian will catch August out. The Condemn. August getting rather slow. Swoop will have to back out in the Hyperion. Eton coming on in, trying to get a kill there, but they just turn their attention. The Protected will keep them up for a very short time, and a ton of gems. King trying to salvage the situation, does shadow charge out, but they're now looking for blood. We have Houdini trying to escape his fate, but this is one magic trick that Houdini probably won't be able to pull. But Drunken Dwarf with the save for King, and King will make it out alive with those gems, while Houdini, however, I guess taught King everything he knew. They're trying to core here. 7 seconds, Johanna dead. This is very likely game. They got 2 catapults and siege on the core, but Raynor is not here to help them. They have the night camp here. Even if they all die, this is Value Town, but I don't think they're going to be able to do it. 30% in falling. They're giving it everything they got, but with the siege there, Luxorian Sun's going to walk away with this game. So, for those big boy stats, we got Swoop actually doing the most siege there. Blaze and Jaina coming in pretty close alongside of Electra. In total damage, Swoop getting 55k. Eton getting 51k. Raynor getting 50k, and then the damage numbers fall pretty drastically there with 10k difference on the Jaina, and Blaze actually very close on with a 33k. Now, healing output, both supports August and Hayes are doing a rather good job on the healing front, both equal overall. In terms of tanking, well, King was the king here, taking the lead with 78k, and Bay State coming up just short there with almost 59k. And in terms of XP, Electra is by far and away soaked them or helped soak them to victory with that 16 advantage, and well, 16 advantage definitely help them close out that game. We'll be right back, and we're going to pop on up the replays in the meantime. So sit on tight and hope you're all ready for game number 2.